My hair is a mess today, god damn. Hello everyone, welcome to my second channel. If you don't know, I have a second channel. The link will be in the description. It is also right up here. I started this channel because this past half a year I fell down a complete rabbit hole of K-pop and a lot of other adjacent-esque music. So I wanted to be able to react to it, to show all you what I think about it, be able to express my opinions on the matter and what I think of it all overall. Now, before I start reacting to things, I made this video to explain what I've already listened to, so I don't get asked in the comments to listen to them. So to start with, I'm going to start with the really popular ones, or ones that I think a lot of people know, and then we're going to go on to my own personal ones that I've just kind of found on my own, and ones that maybe not everybody or a majority of the people have heard. So we're going to start with potentially one of the most popular groups of its time, Girls' Generation. But we're not going to start with them. We're going to start with their individual members, because I need to explain how I got into K-pop in general. My partner, who I was with at the time, was really into K-pop, and I had never listened to any of it before, but they wanted to show me their music taste, and me being a decent partner was like, yes, please show me. And I listened to a lot of it, and none of it really clicked. I couldn't even tell you what all was shown to me. One day I was spending the night at their house, and they were just waiting for a music video to come out, and they wanted to react to it, and I happened to be there. So the video that it was Hyoyeon's Picture. So I actually have my own playlist that I have titled K-pop shit, because at the time I was really embarrassed to listen to it, and now I'm only mildly embarrassed to listen to it. You'll see the ones that I have checkmarked, and the checkmarks basically mean it's on the playlist. And if it's not on the playlist, that means I maybe either didn't care much for it, or I just didn't put it on the playlist. Because the playlist is universal. It's upbeat dance songs, it's ballady, it's R&B, it's rap, it's all of it. It's not separated into different categories. So if it's on the playlist, that means I liked it in one way, shape, or form. So we're gonna start with Hyoyeon and work our way through all of the SNSD members until we just get to them in general. So Hyoyeon, I have heard Picture, absolutely loved it. I loved it enough to actually deep dive into K-pop myself without my partner being there. Picture was absolutely amazing, so then I went and listened to the entirety of her discography. I listened to Wannabe, and I've listened to Mystery, Badster, Punk Right Now, Sober, Second, Dessert, Deep, as well as Stupid, and I believe that is all I've listened to in regards of Hyoyeon. So moving on from Hyoyeon, Sooyoung, I listened to Wind at Breath, loved it, added it as well. Yuri's The First Scene I listened to, really good. For a while, Illusion, I believe, that song had a hold on me. Sooyoung, Don't Say No, it was very, very good. I liked most of it. Tiffany is interesting because I listened to I Just Wanna Dance EP, but I've also listened to a lot of her English releases, like her Lips on Lips EP, Magnetic Moon, Run for Your Life. So I like her a lot. I don't care what anybody says, Jessica Jung is a very important part of SNSD 's history, so she will be included in the Girls' Generation part of it. I have listened to her EPs Wonderland, My Decade, and Beep Beep. So yeah, I'm a fan. And I don't care what you say if you don't agree. Moving on to Taeyeon, Lalita. I've listened to quite a bit of her work. Taeyeon is actually my former partner's favorite, so I've listened to a lot of her stuff with them, but a lot of it I listened to before I cared, so I had to re-listen to a bunch of it for me to be able to add it to this list. I listened to 2X, the song Rain, the song Stay, Four Seasons / Blue, her Japanese releases, Girls Speak Out, and Voice, as well as a handful of songs that have been added to my playlist like I Envy You, Gravity, Bark. That's about it for Taeyeon. She has a whole lot more. I'm gonna have to listen to it, probably will on this channel. And as far as the Girls' Generation by themselves, I unfortunately have only listened to popular singles shown to me, but ones I have added to this playlist and do remember listening to would be Forever One, Run Devil Run, Mr. Mister, The Boys, Genie, Dancing Queen, Party, I Got a Boy, Catch Me If You Can. Yeah, I'll have to revisit a lot of that. So that was SNSD, Girls' Generation, and their members. I'm probably missing something. If I miss anything, I'm gonna put it in the comments. But moving on, another popular one that I listened to would be IU. Actually, I saw IU live 2 months ago or something. Life-changing. But as far as her music, I've really only listened to a lot of her more recent stuff, so I'm gonna probably on here go back and listen to a bunch of her older stuff. But as far as things that I've listened to playlist-wise would be her album Lilac, as well as her EP The Winning, her EP Pieces, and her EP Love Poem. I've also listened to the song BBI. So I've listened to those from her. And I know she has a whole bunch more, so I'm excited to get into it. Moving on to Soonmi. I like Soonmi. And so I actually went on a Soonmi deep dive a while ago and have probably listened to everything except her like very beginning stuff. So we listened to her EP 1/6 and everything on it. And then her all of her singles. Like she has Pipam, La La Lay, which is one of my favorite. I love La La Lay. Heartburn, that also has Childhood on it. Tail, which also has What the Flower. Tail's probably my favorite song by her, no doubt. I love that song. Go or Stop, as well as Osaria, her like mini little Call My Name, Stranger, Calm Myself, I believe it is. Noir. So I've listened to all of those, and I know she has a little bit more, and she just released a new song that I will be listening with y'all. So that's Soonmi. Love her. She's really good, and I enjoy listening to her. Red Velvet, that's popular, in my opinion. I actually have not listened to too much of Red Velvet, and that is really my own fault. But I've listened to the Chill Kill album. I really liked it. And then I've heard like 2 random songs on their own. My partner showed me Russian Roulette, which I really liked, and then showed me Zimzalabim, which took me like 5 tries to decide that it actually is pretty good. But I did listen to the subunit of Irene Seulgi. I listened to both the EP that they did as well as the single Naughty. Both of them were absolutely lovely. For some reason, after I listened to Naughty, for a long while, all I wanted to do was learn how to tut. So please excuse that. But I know they just released another EP, I believe. So I have to listen to that as well as a whole bunch of their older stuff. So I'm excited. Okay, let's get Blackpink out of the way. I like Blackpink, I do, but I'd never really listened to their album, but I watched a lot of reactors that I liked listen to the album. So I've like heard the albums, but not really. However, a couple of songs that I have heard was, I heard Pink Venom. I heard How You Like That, and I do remember off of their second album, Born Pink, or I think it was. If not, I'm dumb. But I really liked Rosé's Hard to Love, so I added that. Speaking of Rosé, who is my bias, I'm so sorry if you don't agree. On the Ground and Gone is I've listened to, loved them. I did listen to Jisoo's Flower, was not really my thing, but I'm open to listening to it again. For Lisa, I did listen to Money and La Lisa and Rockstar, was entertained by all of those. I do have to check out some of Jennie's work. I think Jisoo actually released more music that I'll have to listen to, but that really about covers my Blackpink music, and I really do need to listen to their albums. And I've only ever heard the albums being reacted to. I know they released a whole bunch of single albums in the past that I've never heard before, so I'm excited to get into that. Amber Liu is an interesting one because I've not listened to FX, but I have listened to Shake That Brass, and I really liked it, but I haven't heard the entire EP, so I'm gonna have to listen to that. But it's funny because I knew Amber Liu was touring, so I got tickets, so I did see her. But I wanted to make sure I was caught up on her discography personally, so I listened to all of her English releases that she did, X, Y, Z, Rouge Rouge, and a couple of singles she released after all those. Dusk Till Dawn, Hate Myself, No More Sad Songs, stuff like that. I still have to check out a lot of her work from when she was more in the K-pop scene, but I will probably put that on this channel as well because, like I said, K-pop and K-pop adjacent. I listened to Hyuna before a lot of things went down, so I probably will not cover her on this channel a whole lot, but I'm being honest with everything I've listened to, and I've heard her EPs Following and Nabilea. And they did have good music on it. Actually, before I ever even listened to K-pop, I heard Bebe from a YouTuber who has nothing to do with K-pop whatsoever, but did a video on it, and I listened to it and liked it. So actually, that was my very, very first experience with K-pop, and that was like years ago. So probably won't cover a whole lot of her. I know she's done a whole bunch else, but given everything, I don't know if it would be appropriate unless things have changed or I decide differently. I've is funny because one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time is Love Dive. Absolutely adore that song. I have not listened to anything else they've done and particularly liked it, but I'm not going to mention which ones I've listened to because I would like to revisit them because maybe my tastes have changed. Like I said, it took me 5 listens to decide Zimzalabim was good, so maybe I just need more time with all of them, so we're going to revisit them. But as far as IVE goes that I have on this playlist, Love Dive. Love Dive is amazing. Chungha, I've listened to I'm Ready / Eeny Meeny, and I've listened to Stay Tonight because I was playing a playlist and it ran out and Auto started playing something and Stay Tonight started playing and I really liked it. And I don't know how I started listening to I'm Ready and Eeny Meeny, but I loved them both, and so I decided that I want to listen to the rest of her stuff, but those songs I do like. So that's what I've heard of Chungha, but I'm excited to listen to more. For the last one that I think is like big artist, and that's subjective, so when I move on to artists that I think are less popular than the ones I've listed to and you wholeheartedly disagree, it is my personal opinion, and besides, these are all artists that I have on my playlist, so I do in fact love them. I'm just trying to rank them in my own personal popularity factions. So the last one for the ones I think are popular is Yukika. Rest in peace. Just kidding, she's not dead, but she is no longer making music. Good for her, happy for her. I've listened to Time About, and I've listened to Time Lapse. I know she has Soul Lady, I haven't heard it yet, so I'm gonna listen to that on this channel, but out of the 2 projects that I have heard from her, I've really liked, and I'm gonna miss her voice terribly once I listen to Soul Lady and realize that's it. Okay, we're moving on to artists that I don't think are popular, or as popular as they should be. I'm gonna start with my personal favorite girl group of all time, one of the ones that really made me solidify my interest in K-pop, Purple Kiss. On Bloody Top. Purple Kiss I actually did also see in concert. And it was lovely. It was actually my very first K-pop concert, and it was life-changing. As far as Purple Kiss goes, I've listened to literally everything they've done up until their most recent EP. Into Violet, Geeky Land, Hide and Seek, Mem, Cabin Fever, Vesta's single album, their Japanese album Dear Violet, where I listened to Tonari. I didn't really listen to the other ones, but because I didn't want like multiple versions on one playlist, but I'd listened to Tonari and added it. Their collaboration Find You, and all of that's been added on my playlist. I love like everything Purple Kiss does. I still need to listen to their newest EP, which I will probably do as my first video outside of this because I've been waiting a really long time. But yeah, Purple Kiss, one of my favorites, and I think they should be more popular. Let's make them more popular. Let's make them more popular. Let's make them more popular. Through Purple Kiss, because my bias on Purple Kiss is Yuki, I listened to EL7Z Up because I don't know how to pronounce it apart from that. I listened to their album 7 Up, whatever. I listened to that album. I really liked it. They're supposed to release 2 more EPs before disbanding. Where are they? I have no idea. I'm just suffering while I wait. I have also listened to Swan's solo single album, Be My Everything and 20. I personally think Be My Everything is better, but 20 is definitely more commercial. She has such a unique voice. That ballad on Be My Everything really hit. Those high notes did everything. Some people may argue that Stella Zhang isn't really K-pop and she's more K-indie, but Stella Zhang's Villain was my most played song of 2023, and so I have made the executive decision to include her in the K-pop shit playlist. And I have listened to a lot of Stella Zhang. Like, gosh, I've listened to nearly everything, I feel like. Her EP Colors, her EP Vanishing Paycheck, Hazardous Materials, Stairs, her album Stella 1, and then her singles Alright, You As You Are, I Go, Recipe, Orange, You're Not a Joke to Me, Where Sorrow Has Passed, Blue Turns Pink, YOLO, Keep Going. And then a couple of duets I listened to, No Question, Vacants in September. And yeah, I just really like her, so she's on this playlist, she's in this channel, and I love her. She's probably one of my favorite soloists because she is one of the first that I really latched onto. Yenna I've listened to. I never listened to the group she was a part of, but I was scrolling on YouTube and the thumbnail for Yenna's Wicked Love looked really cool. I was like, dang, she looks good. So I clicked on it and fell in love with the song, and so I ended up listening to the entire single album of Bad Hobby, Hate Rodrigo, and Wicked Love. It's funny that Hate Rodrigo was the one that was chosen as the single because that was the only one I didn't care too much for. The other two, absolutely amazing. Subjective. But I want to listen to the rest of her discography. She kind of went with more like K-rock. I don't know. That's kind of what people have told me, but I could be wrong, so I want to check out the rest of her music to see if I'm wrong. Don't ask how I managed to find Queen's Eye. I have no idea. I could not tell you. I don't even know how they popped up because they didn't autoplay. I don't have no idea how I found them. But I did, and I do like them. I listened to Yummy Yummy / Before and After, Unnormal / Domino, and This Is Love, all of which I've liked, so I'm excited to see what they do next. Kwon Yoonbi, I do know Underwater got recommended to me on YouTube, so I watched the music video and absolutely adored it, and so I listened to the entirety Lethality EP. I know she has more. I think I've heard snippets of Glitch, then I really want to check out that, so we're gonna definitely keep up to her, but that EP is the only one that I have listened to. The song Drive by Miyun got auto-played, and I really liked it, so I've heard that song, but I want to listen to the EP it came from. Sora, I know she came from a big girl group, but I can't remember the name of it, but Hit the Road was also randomly recommended to me on YouTube, so I watched the music video and I really liked it. It's like the only solo song she's done, but I'm a fan and I'm waiting to see what she does next. I debated putting this, I really shouldn't, it's really embarrassing, but KDA's More, I heard, because of my partner, but the embarrassing part is that I liked it. I have no idea if I'm gonna listen to the EP that came out before it, but I just felt obligated to tell you because Callie got a job and Callie go to work. So I'm pretty sure my most played song of 2024 is going to be Aquinas' O. So I'm going to have to listen to everything else he's done because I really like that song. I know he released an EP and I know he has some like other music as well. So we're going to keep up with him, but I really do like him and I want to see what else he releases. Last but not least, we are talking about my soloist, my favorite K-pop soloist, one of my favorite K-pop artists, probably the K-pop artist for me. And that would have to be, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Yuha. I love her. I have listened to everything she did, and I was so very thankful that when my K-pop playlist was small and I couldn't get through an entire like shift at work without it auto-suggesting things, it auto-suggested A Bit Tipsy and played that because that was my gateway into Yuha. And I love her so much. So much. I would do anything for her. I understand why K-pop stans get a little crazy over artists because I'm a little crazy over her. All jokes aside, I have listened to basically everything she did. I listened to Demons before she like officially debuted with Island, and then I listened to A Bit Tipsy, then I listened to ZZZ, I listened to Sweet Tea and Cherry on Top, her EP Love You More, Flower Rain, Nosebleed with Sophie. I don't know how I found it, but it kind of rules. Light, a good song. Took me a couple of tries, but it is lovely. Universe, I fell in love with right away. It's probably gonna also be on my top 5 most played songs on Spotify Wrapped. I love that song. She did a song with Alvin called One More Night. They also did a whole bunch of YouTube videos together that I really enjoyed. Watch them. She did a duet with Polar called Home. Really lovely. Their voices mesh really well. The song Bad with Jungkook. Sober with Johnny. Wish I Was Right For You with Jens. And then she seems to do like a yearly collaboration with Minute and Seungmin. I liked both Like Nothing and hashtag 2023 Infinity. No, I didn't remember. I've been like looking at my playlist as I've been doing. You think I remember all of this? No. Some of it I do, but not all of this. But yes, Yuha is my favorite. And I know she just came out with another song that I'm gonna listen to probably either before Purple Kiss or after Purple Kiss. They're like top tier for me. I forgot to mention I listened to the boy group Only One Of. I haven't checked them out, but all of their members released a solo song, and I have heard each individual one of those and saw their music videos, which was really interesting for being released in Korea of all things. If you know, you know. If you don't, check them out. But I've heard Begin by Yujung, Be Free by KB, Be Mine by Junji, Because by Ri, Beats by Meal, and Beyond by 9. They were all really good. They're all added to the playlist. So, since I like them all individually, they have to be good as a group, right? Oh, Make Up Your Mind by Ailey? That was good, and I want to check out the rest of her work. And so yeah, that's all of the artists I've listened to and all the songs I've listened to and the ones that have been added to playlist versus the ones that I just didn't vibe with. If there's any songs you want me to revisit, if you notice they didn't have a check mark and or added to the playlist, please let me know and I will recheck them out and get back to you to see if they get added or not. I'm always open to re-listening and double checking. If you have any suggestions apart from the ones I've talked about, please leave them in the comments and I look forward to listening to them as well. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and all that jazz. And thank you for coming to this second channel. I will see all of you guys later.